Great. All right, guys, I'm super, super excited to have this guy on the call. He is just on fire, but is just bringing the realness and just bringing it to a whole different level. I'm sure he kind of talked a little bit more about, I missed a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the kids to bed, and the oldest needed a kid to kiss goodnight.
Oh.
What?
I think that you have not saying you have to, can you guys see me? I can't even see anybody right now. I'm not sure if it's recording. I'm sorry.
It is recording. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. We're good. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute myself.
All right. So Craig is a diamond coach, which I'm sure is not going to last very long. He has lost 130 pounds. He's a single dad of 2. He's been a coach for 18 months now? Almost.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in January. So he's done 7 programs. He was in the test group for the shift shop. He's on round 5 of that bad boy. He's done just about every other program, it looks like. Body Beast, Quarter Force, 22-minute hardcore, 21-day fix, T25, my jam. What am I missing, dude?
Nothing really. I mean, I think you covered it all. I mean, I did the 3-day refresh, and that's about it. But I mean, it's been surreal. It's been absolutely surreal. I think the part that a lot of people miss is when I signed up to be a discount coach.
Ah.
Yeah, like I wasn't gonna do this shit. Like who signs up to be I better yet. All right, every single person on this call, I want it. Just unmute yourself if you bought a challenge pack to own your own business. Unmute yourself and say that you did. Chrissy did? Chrissy,
I did, but it wasn't my first program. I did P90X not knowing anything about, I did it without a coach. I didn't even know they existed. So I was a customer first.
I did it to get my shakes free, not gonna lie.
Exactly. And I think that's like probably why most people do it. And that was why, honestly, I signed up to be a coach, as a single dad. I said, you know what? I don't care if I get only $1 off. I want that dollar. That dollar is staying in my pocket. And
so then obviously you're proof of the importance of discount coaches.
Correct.
So then was it just being in part? I mean, because once I kind of got into that challenge group, it lit a fire. And then I literally, after that first day, I was in. I was like, sign me up. I knew I needed the extra accountability, but that was it. It was just, I just took over the challenge group and just ran with it. So what happened with you?
Well, basically, Beachbody has figured all of that out for us. And here's the thing. So you started before I did. And even when I started, Beachbody hadn't figured it out yet. It's a vital process now. We actually have a name for it. And basically what happens is we get on, right? We start to lose weight. We start to get passionate about it. We start to feel better and more confident about ourselves. And then once the passion comes, then you want to share it with the world. You want to shout it from the rooftops. You want to tell your sister. You want your brother to know. You want your husband, your spouse, your wife. You want everybody to know why you're so happy. You want everybody to know what has made you feel so good. So you start sharing it. And Beachbody has found that it's a vital process. And what's the vital process? It's very simple. It's you got a challenge pack. You started doing the programs. You started to get results. Now you want to share it. Ultimately that's what it is. It's simple, right? And I know Arielle and I were talking too, and she was asking me, what is it that I'm doing that's different? And I wanted to tell you guys everything and I know Maddie's heard some of what I do. I'm done with Beachbody training. All right. The shit that you guys learned for the last 4 years was great 4 years ago. It was awesome for about 4 years. And here's the thing, like, it's great to have the basics and the fundamentals. The vital behaviors are always going to be the vital behaviors, and everybody should do them. Everybody should be doing an invite. And what is an invite? An invite is bullshit if it's just an invite. All right. You need to build relationships. I don't even call it inviting for my team and my coaches. I call it making friends. You're going to make friends and you're going to build relationships. I want you to do this. the next time you go into the grocery store, okay, I want you to find the first person you can that you would friend request on Facebook because they're either A, unhealthy, or B, they're overweight, and you know that they can help, you can help them. Because, I mean, that's what business we're in. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody that I add on my Facebook page, unless I'm trying to get them to coach, they are not fit. They are not in the best health of their life. I'm adding overweight dads. That's who I'm adding to my network. That's who I want to watch me. So the next time you're in the grocery store, I want you to find one of those people, right? I want you to walk up to them and say, hey, I want you to do a fitness program with me. I want you to be in my challenge group. Can you fucking physically walk up to somebody and tell them that? No. So why in the hell are you going to do that in a message and on Facebook? It's not personable. It's not friendly. That's why people are blowing you off in messages. That's why people aren't answering you. That's why you're sending 30 messages out to get one response. For me, I don't do that. I hit SC32 last month, and it has to do with a lot of other stuff. What it has to do with is it has to do with the fact that when I message people, I ask them how they're doing. I ask them what they're up to. I ask them what they do for work. I ask them how long they've been on my Facebook page. I ask them how they got connected to me. If I sent them a friend request or if they sent me one, because I don't know how they're on there. I have like 4,800 people on my Facebook page, and I probably talked to 800. There's like so many people that I have not even talked to. Some of them are coaches. I don't know. I don't know until I talk to them. I don't know what's going on with them. So I'm constantly in conversations, okay? And here's the thing is, it's not an invite, it's making friends, okay? You need to build that trust. You need to build that momentum of a conversation and make it personable with them so that once they trust you, then they know you, then they want to work with you, okay? That's the key to it. Then you can do the invite. Then you can do the, hey, I'm running a challenge group. We've been talking for a couple of months. I don't know if you're interested. You think you might want to check it out? Do you think that you might want to get into my clean eating group? I don't know if you guys run free groups or what you guys, if you're not running groups, just punch yourself in the face because you need to be doing something. You need to have something to invite to. You don't have an invite process if you don't have something to invite to, right? Plain and simple. I have a clean eating group that I have that goes continuously. There's about 1,200 people in there. You want to know what I post in there? Strictly food. Strictly, I have a pinned post that's like a clean eating 101 for people that aren't attached to Beachbody. And then you want to know what I share for recipes? Fucking Beachbody recipes. I just like every day, Beachbody always puts out at least one recipe. That's my post for the day in my clean eating group. I share Beachbody's actual recipe and I say, oh, that sounds so, even if I'm not going to make it, even if it's something that I don't like, I just say, oh my God, that sounds so good. I want to check that out. And you know what people do in my clean eating group? They make those recipes and they share them. And like some of them are coaches, some of them are not coaches. It doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit, but the recipe I shared gets made and gets shared. And it's like people actually like review the recipe that I shared from Beachbody. And it's great because I'm not talking about fitness. I'm not saying anything. And one of my Emerald coaches right now, I know Matt knows him. His name's Gary Donaldson. He's been a coach for, I don't know, maybe like 2 months. He's an Emerald coach. He's hit success starters for the first 2 months. He's already in Success Club for Team Cup. He's at 8 right now, or 10. This motherfucker keeps right with me. I've totally duplicated this dude. He's 49 years old. He's lost about 40 pounds doing the 21-day fix. He's doing Shift Shop right now. The first month of him being a coach, he did not do any business stuff whatsoever. You want to know what he did? He worked on himself. I told him, I said, I don't want you coaching. What I want you to do is I want you to follow a meal plan. I want you to work on yourself. And he did. And then he said, you know what? I've lost 30 pounds. I want to try this coaching thing. It's the vital process. That's the key. Like I got him passionate about it. I got him passionate like I'm passionate about it. And now he's sharing like I'm sharing. He's duplicating everything that I'm doing. And I found that you find these people, okay? and the reason why I'm telling you about Gary is because Gary wanted a change in his life, okay? Gary he did concrete work his whole life. He used to be working in the field. They gave him a supervisor position. He's 49 years old. He's been behind a desk for about 6 months to a year. And then boom, he put on, I think he said he put on like 60 pounds sitting behind the desk instead of doing foundation work, okay? And he was looking for somewhere to go for eating, to change his nutrition, because his nutrition sucked, okay? And he found it. He found it in my clean eating group. Then he started watching me, okay? He started watching me, and he started sharing. It's a cell phone, Ariel, if you're looking for it.
Yeah, I was. Whoever's on the cell phone, if you can mute, that'd be really cool, because I think we're picking up a little static.
So he was in my clean eating group, and he's watching my posts, okay? Now, here's the thing. My free group, my clean eating group, what I do is, right, people request to be in there, and it's by approval only. So guess who approves? The guy who runs it, right? So what I do is right before I send the approval and okay it, I go creep their Facebook page. Number one, I check to make sure that they're from this country or a country that I'm possibly going to be working with, not Bangladesh. I don't let them in. I let in the UK. I let in Canada. I let in the United States. Then I see if I can send a friend request. If I cannot send a friend request, I don't let them in. They can go pound sand somewhere else and find a different group, because I want to be friends with everybody in my group. If I can send a friend request, I've checked their profile and they're not doing Thrive, Advocare, or any other bullshit, because that's another thing you got to be wary of. I don't add those motherfuckers either. Those ones I work outside of my clean eating group. I actually just switched over 3 4K level promoters, brand level. Is that Thrive? I don't even know what they do. What is level? Level? Is that Thrive? I think it's Thrive. It works, Wraps, whatever the fuck it is. But I just changed over 4 of those people because their shit don't work. They're watching me and they know that their shit don't work. They're just running the business. So now I have people business oriented coming over. But so I'll send them a friend request and then I'll approve them. So this is what they get in their notifications. Craig Daigle sent you a friend request. Craig Daigle approved your ad to the clean eating group. So now they're like just reading their notifications back to back. They associate me with the clean eating group now. So now they know, okay, cool. I'll accept his friend request because he's coming out of the group that I just added myself to. 9 times out of 10, they add me. If they don't add me, usually what ends up happening is they come in the group, they see what I'm doing, they come to my page, and they end up adding me anyways, like 2 days later. Because they're like, all right, cool, I want to be friends with this kid. He's got a lot of shit going on. He drops F-bombs. He's kind of fun. I'm going to follow him and see what's going on. Gary came into my clean eating group. He was in my clean eating group for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, he watched what I was doing. He's seen that I was losing weight. I did not talk about fitness in there. He left the clean eating group. He came to my page. When people come to your page, here's the key. You really need to make sure that your business is open for business. If you're posting fucking cat memes on your page, unless that speaks to your tribe, which if it does, then we got bigger issues that we need to talk about. If you're posting memes on your page, your business is cluttered. Your business looks like shit. Nobody's going to want to do business with you, okay? The best way to audit your business is you go into your page, okay? Go to my photos and just start looking and see what you're tagged in for photos, because that's the first thing that people look at when they come to your page for your business is they go into your photos and they creep you so hard. They just like creep your page. And that's how like old photos from December of 2014 pop up because somebody super creepy was going through your shit and liked one of your photos either by accident or on purpose, which is even creepier. But people are curious about you, especially when you're sending friend requests, okay? So my clean eating group, they come to me all the time. That's how I use it. It's a free group that I use to generate relationships with people, okay? And that's what this business is. And I think that a lot of people lose sight of that. A lot of people think that, and I'm probably going to be shot for telling everybody all this stuff, but all your business tracker shit that you're doing, all your fucking writing down the names and not actually doing anything with those lists, all that. Look, I guarantee that this is going to strike a nerve with somebody. All of you motherfuckers that say you're doing personal development, buy a book and then take a picture of the first fucking quote you see and then post it on your page and say that you're reading this awesome book and it's so good and it speaks to me and I really needed to hear this. You are so full of shit and everybody knows it, especially me. So actually open the book and read it and stop sharing quotes. Read the book, okay? After you're done reading the book or a chapter of the book, I want you to do this. I want you to form a post. I want you to form your post around what you learned, and I want you to integrate what you learned into your actual fucking life. That shows you're actually doing personal development. Not that you took a picture of a quote from You Are a Badass that you've had for 7 months because your coach sent it to you and you never read it and you've been lying your ass off. Let's be honest. Stop bullshitting yourself. Personal development is going to change your life. It is, 100%. And anybody who knows me or has seen me through my coaching journey knows now that personal development will change your life. Because guess what? I was that bullshit coach for like 9 months. For like 9 months of coaching, I was that bullshit artist that said that he read You Are a Badass and like took pictures of, like, you guys are full of shit. What do you think? I didn't do that too? You think that I didn't do that too? Stop doing that. If you can't read, get Audible. I know, Ariel, you have kids and I know the struggle is real. Like, to find time to read a book. As soon as I open a book, this is me when I open a book. Like, if I'm not drinking pre-workout and reading books, I'm asleep in 5 minutes. I listen to podcasts. I listen to Audible. The last actual paperback book that I read was Unresolution by Tommy Baker, and that was the only book that actually held my attention. I don't know if it's because the book is that awesome or if it was because my mind is actually working and firing at a personal development level where I know that I need to do it and it's helping me. Because a lot of coaches, if you're struggling in your business, you could take the 4 vital behaviors and you could audit yourself right now and you could figure out which one you are not doing enough and then figure out how to pick your business back up. At any given time of your journey as a coach, you could just look at it and you could go, okay, number 1, invite process. Number 2, product to the product. Number 3, personal development. 4, recognition, okay? If you're not recognizing your coaches and your people, it doesn't show that you're working with anybody and it doesn't show that you're doing anything. So guess what's happening? Guess what? Exactly what's happening is people don't think that you're working with anybody or don't think that anybody wants to work with you because you're not recognizing anybody. That's what recognition's for. And not just that, do you know how good it feels to make somebody else feel good? When you recognize one of your coaches or challengers or somebody for being successful in something that they've done, that makes them feel good. And I'll tell you what, it makes me feel damn proud too when I make somebody else feel good. Recognition is important. Personal development is important. If you're not doing it, it shines. When you're struggling and you're posting, if you're struggling that hard that you're forcing posts out, stop posting. Or start talking about how you can't post because you're struggling. Start keeping it real. Because there are so many people posting on social media about shit that people can see through your bullshit. They know when you're struggling. So just be honest with people. Just be honest with people. I don't have to worry about having my period every month, but you guys do. And when you do, you got to talk about that shit because that shit comes through in your posts so hard. Like, I know, like, you fucking teams like cycle together and shit. And like, you guys all like the same time and shit. It comes and it pours out of you. Okay. It absolutely 100% does. So if you're struggling and you can't post or you don't know what to post about, that's when you need to like go to those resources in your Coach Online office and find stuff to post about. Post about your shake. Post about something that's not emotional. Post about something that you can share without showing everybody that you're a fucking train wreck right now. because it shows. Or post about being a train wreck. Okay? Just do it. Just do it. Personal development's going to help you integrate all that shit. I promise you, it's not a fucking lie. It's real shit. Being grateful and having gratitude journaling, that's real shit that will change your life. Start doing it. So, product of the product, if you're one of those coaches who does a program, loses 20 pounds, gains 20 pounds, does another program, loses 20 pounds, gains another 20 pounds. If you keep doing that fucking roller coaster shit, you're making people think that this shit is not sustainable, and it's bullshit, because it is. Unless you're on your page saying, I'm getting ready to go to my cousin's wedding and I want to look bomb as fuck, and then you gain some weight after the wedding, you're like, I did it for the wedding, we had a good time, now it's time to get back on track. That's like, you're bringing value to it. But if you're just like this roller coaster, and look, I see a lot of elite coaches, I swear to God, and I'm going to go to hell for this one, but I see a lot of elite coaches that go from like test program to test program. I see them doing it. Okay. They're going from program to program, and they're getting results, and they're sharing those results, but it's like, you really don't need to be doing that. What you need to be doing is be a product of the product. Share your workouts, share your shake, share what you're doing. That's what we do, right? That's that vital too, right? And the invite. So when you're auditing your business, okay, I want you to stop and think about it. If you're struggling, it's cut month. We're halfway through cut month. If you're not in Success Club already, this is what you need to do. You need to focus. You need to refocus your life right now. You need to write down the 4 vital behaviors, and you need to look at them long and hard, and you need to decide, what one am I not fucking doing? Which one? And you're going to know. And you don't have to share it with anybody. Share it with yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Be a damn coach and hold yourself accountable. And look at those 4 things, and I want you to say to yourself, did I send 20 messages today? Am I inviting people? Am I building relationships? If that answer is no, then that's where you're going to start. Did I work out today? Did I drink a shake? Did I share it? Did I talk about what workout am I in? Am I following a program, or am I just doing random shit on BOD? Because that makes you look like an asshole too. It really does. If you're not at least trying to show people that they need to follow a program and they need to follow a schedule, then your challenges are going to suffer. Your challenges are going to think that they can just do country heat today, PIO tomorrow, UV2 on the next day, and they're going to lose weight and be happy. It's not, that's not what the programs are designed for. The programs are designed to get you results by following the program Monday through Friday, or Monday through Sunday, whatever it tells you to do, that's what you're going to do. It's not a mix and match. Unless they're doing the challenge du jour. So there's a trainer at Beachbody that is setting those up to target your body, the challenge du jour. That's fine. If you want to mix it up and you want to do the challenge du jour, do that shit. Do that shit. But talk about it. Say, I'm not in a program right now, but you know what I'm doing? I'm doing the challenge du jour. And the trainers have set up these programs for this, and this. Audit your business. Make sure you're doing that. If you're doing personal development, you're good. You can check that off. If you're recognizing your coaches, your challenges, if you're a new coach and you don't have a single coach or challenger to recognize, because that shit happens, recognize your upline for signing you up. Recognize your friend that's a coach. Recognize your success partner. Recognize a coach that you see. Recognize somebody that you've seen that had a transformation. People share my shit all the time, and I don't care. Because guess what? Their tribe is not my tribe. I'm not signing up your friends. These are not business transactions for me. And I think that that's another spot where a lot of coaches struggle. I'm not saying every coach, but a lot of coaches struggle because for them, signing somebody up or getting somebody started is a business transaction, and it's not a life transaction. For me, it's I want to work with somebody. I want somebody to get results. I want somebody to be happy. I don't really give a shit about the 2 SC points and the $40 commission that I got. Yes, it helps me. Yes, it helps my business, but it's not sustainable if they're not going to stay with the program and they're going to quit and they're going to leave, what was the point? It's not a business transaction. It needs to be a life transaction. Okay? The best thing that you can do for yourself, for your business is, and this is how I start my morning. I'm not saying that you need to do this, but I'm just saying wrap your mind around it, okay? A lot of you guys know that I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning every day. And a lot of people think that I'm fucking nuts. A lot of people are like, dude, you're up until 11 o'clock at night, every night. And then you get up at that witching hour to do what? And I tell them, I say, you want to know what I do? When I get up at 4 in the morning, the first thing that I do is I sit up in bed and I say to myself, I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful that I'm able to sit up in bed today. I'm grateful that I have legs to get me out of bed to turn the alarm clock off. I'm grateful that I'm about to go out to my living room and I'm about to work out, because there's a lot of people on this earth and on this planet that cannot work out and cannot physically change themselves. And then I think to myself, I am grateful to be able to be grateful, because some people do not have the mental capacity to be grateful. That's some real shit. Now, if you start your day off like that, okay, I'm telling you right now, then I walk out. I have a gratitude journal that I keep here. I have a gratitude journal that I keep here, and what I do is I write in it. I write down some things that I'm grateful for. I write down something that happened the day before. I write down just grateful shit. And the act of writing it down and actually being present in what you're grateful for is going to change your whole morning. So what have I done right then is what I've done is I've worked on myself first thing in the morning. And the key to this is, right, is I've filled my cup, okay? I've filled my cup up for the day, okay? And if I don't fill my cup up first, I'm no good to anybody else. So you cannot pour. You're not going to pour from an empty cup, okay? So if you wake up and the first thing you do is grab your cell phone and you see a coach cancellation, you see some negative ass messages, you get an email from your boss saying that, like, he needs you to do some shit this week. Like, you've already started your day off fucking shitty. You've already started your day off shitty because of what? Because of an email, because of a message, because of something that that you didn't have any control over. Michael Wade, mute your stuff, brother. If you didn't start your day off grateful, you're less likely to be able to turn it around, okay? I have found by starting my days off positive and grateful, filling my cup up so that with a full cup, I'm able to pour to other people, okay? I'm present for my children, for my challenges, for my coaches. I'm present for people in my life, and I'm able to give, okay? Those days where my cup is full, when shit happens to me, I have a better opportunity and a better will to be able to get over whatever it is, okay? And here's why. If you already started your day off with a negative mindset, the more shit that comes in, it just piles up, okay? And as it piles up, it's very hard to get back to basics, to get back to positivity. And you're not going to win. You are not going to win every single day, okay? I'm not telling you that if you're grateful every day, that your day is going to be fucking candy and rainbows. It is not going to be, okay? There is going to be shit that's going to happen. Stuff is going to happen to your family members. Stuff is going to happen to your dog. Stuff is going to happen to your job. Stuff is going to happen in life. The weather is going to be shitty. Something is going to happen. But guess what? If you're positive and you're grateful every single morning, okay, you may not win the day, but you can still win the week. If you don't win the week, you can win the month. If you don't win the month, you can win the year. Do not give up on one bad moment. Do not give up everything that you're doing because of one thing out of your control. You need to stop. You need to be grateful for what you can be grateful for, control the controllable, and move forward, okay? That's what has gotten me to the point of where I'm at, okay? That's gotten me to where I'm at. I am a millionaire. I just do not have my millions yet. And for 24 months, This month, right now, August 11th was the anniversary of the last domestic I had with my ex-wife. The last one. And ever since that day, I've still gotten an eviction notice every single month. I pay my rent late every single month for 2 years. But guess what? I'm still here, motherfucker. I'm still here. And you know what? I'm still here because of Beachbody. I'm still here because of coaches like you. I'm still here because I wake up grateful every single day and I do my best. At any given moment, I could have gave up. At any given moment, I could have just stopped. Okay. I had David McLean come into my shift shop group. Okay. And David did an exercise with my group that I've been sharing with fucking everybody, because this is like the realest shit that you're ever gonna wrap your mind around. Okay. You know how we're told to find our why. You know how we're told to find that emotion that keeps us going, right? And you can have shit that makes you angry. You can have shit. It doesn't matter. Like, I know that everybody, let me rephrase that. I know that we're taught by female coaches that you want your why to make you cry. And don't worry, like, I am not afraid to cry. I cry all the fucking time on my page, in calls. I don't give, like, I'm at one with my emotions. I have no problem shedding a fucking tear. But I also know that your why can make you angry. And I was reminded, because August 11th was the 2-year anniversary of that last domestic. My wife, on her way out the door, said to me that I was a fat piece of shit and that I wouldn't amount to anything. That's kind of stuck with me, you think? You think that stuck with me a little bit? Because I remember that verbatim. And I still think about that. It's still, and no matter how positive I get or how grateful I get, those words have stuck with me and they're not going anywhere. And it's okay. I'm at peace with those words because I know that those words do not define me. And I do know that they have everything to do with her and where she was in her life and absolutely nothing to do with me. Okay? And here's the thing. I want you to think about one person. And if that person's near you, if that person's in the room, if they're your kids, you can do this later after the call if you can. I want you to think of that one person that you love the most. I want you to think about the most important people in your life. It could be more than one. It could be your husband, your kids, whatever. I want you to think about those important people, okay? If they're in the room with you, Matt and Chrissy, you guys, I want you guys to look at each other when you do this, because this is going to be some real shit. This is real shit. I want you to think about this, okay? The next time that you think about giving up on a workout, the next time you think about skipping a workout, the next time you think about skipping a meal or having that cheat because you don't give a fuck, the next time that you think about giving up on your business, next time you think about not trying your best, I want you to look at that person. I want you to look at them. Go ahead, look at each other. Now I want you to tell Matt, I want you to tell Chrissy that she's not fucking worth it, that you're going to be the best that you can be. I want you to tell her that she's not fucking worth it. I want you to tell her that she's not worth it for you to get your fucking workout in. She's not worth it for you to try as hard as you can every single fucking day. I want you to try and tell your loved ones that you can't do that. I want you to try and tell your loved one that they're not worth it. And then the next time that you're ready to give up on something, the next time you're ready to give up on yourself, I want you to think about that moment. I want you to think about that feeling. I want you to think about the moment that you were about to tell the loved ones that they're not fucking good enough for you to be the best you that you can be. That's if you can do that, then you're in the wrong business. If you could do that, then you're in the wrong business. Okay? They are important to you and you're important to them. So you need to do the best that you can do every single day, whether it's your business, whether it's your fitness, whether it's just being positive. Okay? That's very important, okay? That's where a lot of coaches struggle. A lot of coaches, I think, they don't have that that drive. They don't have that will. They don't have that why. They don't have that purpose. That's where that comes from, okay? Now I'm going to give you real quick, I'm going to give you some actual business stuff besides making you guys all emotional and shit, okay? It's cut month. We're halfway through the month, right? Everybody's probably got 20 people that are on the fence right now. You probably got 20 people that are ready to, they don't know whether they want in or they don't want in or what. You're gonna message these people. These are gonna be your follow-ups, okay? Your follow-ups are gonna go like this. You're gonna message them and you're gonna make it about them. And the first thing that you're gonna say to them is this. Hey, I'm just checking in with you. I don't wanna keep bugging you and I don't wanna waste your time. Maybe this opportunity is not for you. Or maybe it's not something that you're interested in. But I wanted to reach out one last time. I wanted to reach out one last time before I take you off my list. You always got to have that in there somewhere. You always have to tell them that they're on a list. And I know that I said to you earlier that I don't track my shit that good. I'm a single dad and I work full time. I don't have a pen and paper next to me. I don't have those fancy little schedule planners like you bitches got. All right? So I don't. So I don't. You want to know what I do? I'll tell you what I do. I do track the ones that are serious. I put them in my notes. I do have a folder in my camera roll that I screenshot like their Facebook page so I remember names so that I can get back to them. I do track a little bit, but the thing of it is a lot of people track and they don't actually go back and look at them. And it's pretty to see all those words on a piece of paper and not to use them, but do your follow-ups and say that to them. Tell them that they're on a list, okay? So now in that message, you did a number of different things. This is what you did. Number one, you made them feel important because you told them that you're not trying to bug them and you don't want to waste their time. You made it about them. When in all actuality, what you're trying to do is not waste your fucking time anymore because your fucking time is just as important as their time, okay? So you're going to tell them that and you're going to say, look, I don't want to waste your time anymore, but maybe this isn't for you. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to hear that they're on a list and they're either A, going to not want to be off the list, or B, they're going to tell you that they want to be off the list. You're going to get an answer either way, okay? Now, here's the thing. Sometimes life happens. Life happens with us, even as coaches, right? Life happens with us. So life happens with other people too. People are people. Life happens. You don't know if their Aunt May passed away. You don't know if their uncle died. You don't know if their dog got hit by a car and that's why they, like, how cool are you going to feel if you message them and say, hey, I'm just checking to see if you want to be in that challenge group again, and they tell you that their aunt died? I don't know about you, but I'll feel like a douchebag. But I won't feel like a douchebag if I said to them, hey, I don't want to bother you. I know that your time is important. I just wanted to reach out one last time before I take you off my follow-up list. Maybe this isn't the right time for you, or maybe this isn't something that you're interested in, but I wanted to reach out. Feel free to get back to me when you can. I hope you have an amazing day. Always end it on a positive note. Always end it with something kind. Always end it with them feeling good about themselves, but make the whole message about them, okay? And when you write the first one, I want you to select the whole thing. I want you to copy it, and then I want you to paste it to the rest of your list, to all of them. It's going to legitimately take you 5 goddamn minutes to do that. 5 minutes. You just did your entire follow-up in 5 minutes. I'm fucking busy. I don't know about you guys. I'm busy. So I want you to write one. Put it in your notes. Save it, because guess what? You're going to write it again. I want you to do the same thing when people ask you questions. If you've been asked, and you know what? I honestly, I only have one that I save, is everybody asks me how much. Everybody asks me how much, especially after a follow-up. That's always the first question, how much? And you want to know what my answer is? You're going to love this. And you're going to probably use it. And I want you to use it because it's fucking gold, okay? I always start off with, well, that depends. Do you want the no bullshit answer Or do you want me to tell you how it's an investment on your health and it's the best decision you'll ever make? Now people are like, whoa, wait a minute. So he's not going to bullshit me, but this is going to be the best decision I'll ever make in my life. Wait a minute. And this is going through their head, whether they want to or not. It just went through their head that I'm not going to bullshit them. And if I don't bullshit them, I could tell them how it's an investment on their health and the best decision they'll make in their life. So no matter what answer I give to them after that, they know that I'm going to be honest. And they also know that it's a great investment on their health without me even telling them that, because I told them. I told them without telling them. Do you see what I'm saying? So then I say that, and 9 times out of 10, you want to know what they tell me? Give me the no bullshit answer. You want to know what my no bullshit answer is? Well, right now, while it's the all access pass, exactly what I say to them verbatim is this. Well, right now, the best deal that we have to offer is 12 months of fitness on demand, online, or anywhere you want to be for $160 plus $2 shipping plus tax. You also get 30 days of Shakeology. You get the containers for the meal plans, and they're all online with the programs, and there's over 40 programs to choose from. That's my answer. And you want to know where I have that answer? I have that in my notes. Because you know what? I'm fucking busy. I work full time. I'm a single parent. But I know that that question's going to come again, because guess what? It's the same damn question in every single conversation I'm in. So why is it that we sit there and we take the time to fucking write out every single tell me right now, how many coaches on this call write out that answer every single time it's asked? All of you, right? I bet all of you do it. Not Chrissy, because she's smarter than the average bear. But most of you do. Most of you do. And it's just, I did it for a fucking year. For a whole year I did that. I was just like, somebody would ask me, and like it was different every time. I was like, oh, till I got my groove. I have my groove now. You want to know what my groove is? I'm not going to bullshit you. Don't bullshit me. I'll work with you if you want a no bullshit coach. If you don't want a no bullshit coach, go reach out to somebody else, because there's so many people in the world that I can work with. I do not need to work with you. And then when they reach out to me and they say, oh, but I just want Shakeology. I'm like, look, it's not a magic fucking unicorn drink. You're not just going to lose weight by drinking Shakeology. I lost weight by following a meal plan, being in a fitness program, and drinking Shakeology. And they're like, oh, but I only want one. And I say, no. Do you just buy one shoe? Do you just brush your bottom teeth? No, you don't. You're going to be unsuccessful. Your top teeth are going to fall out, and you're going to walk funny with one shoe. And they're like, yeah, but I just want to buy this. And I said, look, if you came and I was a car salesman and you asked me about a car and you said, what's the best car to get me from point A to point B? And I pointed out this car to you and you said, yeah, but I'll just take the tires. The fuck? You just want the tires? What do you think this is? So you just want the shakes? Do you think this is, if you just want some magic, you need to go find one of those rap girls and have them pull your body fat in and stick to your body for 7 days, because I hear that shit works, you know? And you know, I tell people that shit, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people are like, dude, they won't want to. People sign up right after that conversation. You want to know why? They sign up because they know that I'm not going to bullshit them. And not just that, you don't need to transform to share this. I mean, granted, I have a great transform that I can share. And when people start bullshitting me and I'm like, look, buddy, I've got 130 reasons why I'm telling you that I can help you lose weight. That's awesome. And if you don't have a transform, guess what? Do you know how many there are on the Beachbody Challenge site? Do you know how many people Beachbody has changed? Do you know how many lives Beachbody has changed? You can share that. Shift Shop just came out. Do you know how many test group transformations there are? Share it. Do you know how many different transformations there are from other programs? Share those. That's the key. That's the key. And everything is in the follow-ups. Everything is in the follow-ups and the messages. That's where your business is. It's not in you posting selfies of yourself post-workout. That's just consistency. That's you being accountable. That's people seeing that you're being a product. But that's not where your business is. Your business is in your messages. That's where your business is. So when people follow up with me, okay, you're gonna get a couple of different answers. So when I tell them that, I tell them you're gonna be off the list, whatnot. And here's the kicker. This is what I do, because I call people on their bullshit, because I don't like to be bullshitted. People that I work with don't like me to bullshit them. We're all on the same page, right? Life happens. Sometimes you're going to get into a message where they tell you that their uncle passed away and family has been visiting, and it's been very hard for them to get back to you. And fitness and changing their life was the last thing on their mind, but now they're ready, okay? So when they message you back and they say, sorry, I've been super busy. Don't take me off your list. Can you check back with me on Friday? If you're on Facebook, a little line goes under that word Friday, okay? Call them on their bullshit. Click it. Click where they said Friday. Click it and let that reminder pop up in your messenger, right? And then say to them, cool, I'm setting a reminder so that I don't forget. You're letting them know that they're important. Again, you're making it about them. You don't want to forget them. So you made a reminder and you tell them, hey, feel free to change the time to whatever time works for you. I want to be able to connect with you when I can. I'm just setting a reminder so that I know to reach back out to you because, I understand. Just like you just said, life happens and you never know what's going to happen between now and Friday when we talk again. If anything changes, feel free to change the time, the date, whatever you need to do. But at least we have a reminder. Call them on their bullshit because they might just be a nice person and they might be telling you, hey, check with me on Friday because I'm going to bullshit you. But call them on their bullshit, okay? Call them on it. 9 times out of 10, they're going to at least answer you, and they're going to check up on you on Friday or whatever day it is that they say. And then that's when you can follow up. And that's when, just be confident. I know when I talk to a lot of coaches ask me, and they're like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And it's simple. Like, how do you talk to your friends? Do you fucking, guys, let's kind of do this beach body thing? No, you don't. When you talk to a friend of yours who's not doing beach body, you're like, man, I've been doing this program and I've been doing Shift Shop. I just did Shift Shop for 9 weeks. I lost 32 pounds, fucking blew my mind. Dude, I went grain free. I didn't know that I could go grain free. Who knew all this shit that was in my butt? I feel like $1 million. That's what you tell your friends, right? So why are you so apprehensive to tell another human being that's going to be a potential friend of yours? They may not be your friend like your friend now, but treat them like that. Talk to them like you would talk to your friend, because guess what? That's your tribe anyways. If you're connected with them, 9 times out of 10, that's your tribe. So you can talk to them any fucking way you want. Talk to them exactly how you would talk to your friend, because guess what? That's how you're going to get through to them. You're not going to get through to them by not being confident. You need to be confident and you need to be stern in what you're talking about. You need to make sure that you know what you're talking about. You need to make sure that you're direct with what you're talking about. You need to make sure that you explain to them how it's changed your life and how it can help them in theirs. Be confident. A lot of coaches struggle with the confidence. And if you struggle with the confidence, guess what? Go read fucking personal development. It all ties in. Do you see how all of this comes together? Do you see how every single aspect of what we do ties in together on 4 simple principles? Is don't call it invite, just call it making friends, okay? Just make friends. Use the products and the programs, product of a product, personal development, read your personal development, work on yourself, show people. Because guess what? Look, anybody can lose weight. I don't give a shit. Anybody can lose weight. Anybody can gain weight. If you do not work your heart and your mind at the same time, you are still just a healthier or unhealthy version of your miserable fucking self. So work on yourself. If you're going to work on yourself, your body, work on your mind and your heart too. I'm telling you right now, it's going to change your life. And it all comes together. Everything comes together. And people see that. It emits from you, okay? It emits from you, okay? Let's see the chat box. I saw a question there. I'm on my phone, so you have to bear with me. How about when they wanted to? You know what? Here's the thing. That's a great question. I love that fucking question. You want to know what I do is I message those motherfuckers and I call them on their bullshit. You got to call people on their bullshit. If they buy a program or they buy a package and they don't start it, right? You're not going to win with everybody. You're not. You're going to have people that buy it, don't even open it, and they send it back, whatever. Like, that shit's going to happen. But here's the thing. It's our job as coaches to make sure that they know how to use the tools, correct? Right? So I'm going to give you guys all my analogies tonight. You're going to love them. I make them up as we go. So say you're working in a garage, okay? And you're an auto mechanic and you have a bunch of tools and you have a car on the lift, right? And you have a new mechanic that walks in who's never worked on a car before, and you hand them all the tools they need to fix the car. And you say, here you go fix the car. But what, how, but how, but what? I mean, they might have an idea what the tools are. I mean, they know what fitness is. They know what a meal plan is, right? But they don't know how to use it correctly. That's your job as a coach. That's your job to like give them that little push. And I'm not saying that you need to like hold their hand to walk them through the whole fucking thing, but there comes a point where like when you give people directions, it's easier to take them in the car and bring them for the ride the first time and to show them where the destination is and then let them go and figure it out than to try and have them just figure it out on their own. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. It may not make sense as it comes out of my fucking mouth though. But you could give everybody all the tools in the world to fix a car, but unless you're explaining to them how to fix the car and what needs to be fixed and how to do it, if they've never used the tools before, they're not going to be able to do it. Same thing with when you get somebody into a challenge pack. Cool, you got them into a challenge pack. Now what? Well, you need to make sure that they understand how the containers work, how the meal plan works. I mean, you need to work with them a little bit. You need to stay on them because especially a lot of people are not motivated enough to even just start, let alone buy into something. You're that push. That's you. So if they're not starting, it's because you're not running a challenge group or, I mean, you got to have somewhere to have them start. You need to have somewhere to have them grow and learn. I hope that helps you. I don't even remember who asked. Okay, Kim. And it's tough. And look, here's the biggest thing. Whether they're a challenger, a discount coach, or a coach, as you grow as a coach yourself into a CEO, once you take that coach hat off and you start wearing that CEO hat, okay, you're still going to be a coach, but you're going to learn something. This is what you're going to learn. There's going to be a lot of people that come into your business and into your challenges and into your groups that are energy suckers. Okay? It is not your job to try and force anybody to do anything. It is not your job to drag anybody through anything. It is your job to pull it out of them and inspire them to do it on their own. Okay? The moment you realize that these people are not doing it on their own, the moment you realize that they're not going to be motivated enough and they're going to suck your energy out, that's the moment that your life changes. That's the moment that you realize that you need to stop wasting your time fighting them to do stuff, okay? All right? What you need to do is you need to focus on the coaches that need your help. You need to focus on the ones that are coachable and want to work, and less the ones that drag your energy level down by not being coachable and not doing the shit that they need. Because guess what? Whether they quit tomorrow or they quit a month from now, if they're not working on themselves and they're not giving a shit, they're not going to give a shit down the road. I mean, I'm not saying give up on anybody, but I'm saying stop wasting your energy trying to drag people when they're not, when their feet are planted in the fucking ground. they're not going anywhere. Don't drag anybody. Don't get in your team page and be like, come on, guys, let's keep. No, definitely go in and try and help everybody and try and lift everybody up and inspire them and motivate them and tell them that they can do it. Because look, if one person has done it, anybody can. But here's the thing. It's not your business. It's not your job to make anybody do anything. And I see a lot of coaches struggle with this. I see a lot of coaches that have acquired, success to a certain extent. And more so when I talk to elite coaches, I see this. Elite coaches get to a point where, and keep in mind, so when you're a coach, right, the coaches that get you to Emerald are not going to be the same coaches that get you to Diamond. The coaches that are in your business that get you to 1-star are not going to be the same coaches that got you to Diamond. The coaches that get you to 3-star are probably not going to be the same coaches that were around when you were an Emerald and a Diamond. It's just your whole business and your life is going to continually evolve. It is. Okay? It is. And when I see elite coaches talk to me about certain things and they tell me about how they struggle, I notice when I look at it, like I get in their team pages a little bit. I'm in some of their team pages and I see it. I see them like kind of like it's a business transaction at that point. It's not, they've changed, their mindset has changed from coach CEO to just CEO. And they're not getting people through that vital process, through that passion and through that wanting to do it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And I see a lot of elite coaches struggle with that, the dragging of the people through it. And, it's just a matter of more people. You need more people. You need to just keep adding more people and more people and more people and more people and more people. And I'm sure Chrissy can tell you, and I'm sure Ariel can tell you that their businesses probably have a lot of faces that were not there 4 years ago, 3 years ago, or however long you've been coaching. Those people from that time, a lot of people they don't realize that this business is not a get-rich-quick scheme like all of the other ones that are out there right now. This business is sustainable. This business is fulfilling. This business is going to give people lasting impression. It's not a monetary thing that we offer. We offer a lifestyle change. We offer a lifetime of help, support, and products. It's just a matter of getting people passionate and keeping them involved. I know we're getting late here. I know we've been on like an hour. Does anybody have questions? Because I'll just fucking go on a rant for hours on end about shit. But if people have questions, I didn't see the chat box completely either. I'm on my cell phone, so if somebody like sees a question in there, just like fucking read it. No? Good. And don't be afraid to unmute yourself and ask some questions. I'm not going to yell at you.
Am I on mute? Okay. So would you say like the biggest change, so clearly you found your voice. You'd say that's definitely through the PD that you just kind of decided you don't give a shit, kind of, per se? I mean.
Well, you know what?
Shit, but like.
No, absolutely, Ariel. No, that's exactly what it is. I do not give a shit anymore. I spent 8 years of my life being fucking verbally talked down to by my ex-wife. And I was always afraid to like stand up for myself for a period of time. And I was never like that before. So it was kind of a change for me. And it was kind of like refinding myself. And I found myself when I realized that the shit that other people think and say does not fucking matter. It just doesn't. Anything that anybody has to say about me, it doesn't matter. whether it's positive or it's negative, it doesn't matter. It only matters if I let it matter. Okay. So if somebody says something positive to me and I accept it as, a gratitude thing, that's on me. If somebody says something negative to me and I accept it as a negative comment, that's on me. It all begins and ends with ourselves. And I know it's really fucking cliche to say a lot of this shit, and it's shit that we read in PD. It's shit that we go over. It's shit that you're going to learn. It's shit that I'm going to say, you're going to say. It's a matter of integrating it into your life and actually fucking using it that will change your life. Because you know what? I spent a lot of time for me being a single guy, a single dad, and don't get me wrong, I know that a lot of women will relate to this. I always wondered why I was single. I always wondered because I'm a good fucking guy. I know that I'm a good guy. That's confident, not arrogant. And a lot of women relate to this as a lot of single women. They're like, why me? Why am I single? Why do I keep attracting these assholes? Why do I have to keep going through all of this shit? And it's like, you fucking allow it. It's you. It's you. So you need to stop doing that shit and start working on yourself. Once you work on yourself, you find out what you deserve, you find out that you love yourself again, and then you can move forward. And then once you move forward from there, you realize that you have zero fucks to give, and it doesn't matter what people say. As long as you're confident and as long as you're happy, what does it matter? What does it matter? Right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with your business. Same thing with your business. If you're gonna talk to somebody about Beachbody, right? Are you shy about it? Like, I mean, I'm just like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around it because I know that a lot of people are uncomfortable,
I feel like it's because it's automatically kind of put in your head that you automatically assume that people know what Beachbody is, that people already have been approached by somebody. At least I think that's kind of like what my coaches feel like, that like so-and-so's grandmother's cat is a Beachbody coach. Yeah. So I try to tell people, or just go into it like you pretend that they have no idea what it is, and that because you just don't know. No. But I think that's the biggest thing. People are.
Nah. I think the opposite, Ariel. I think this. I think go into it assuming that they already know, and assuming that they know 40 coaches. And this is what I say to people. If I'm reaching out to somebody about the coaching opportunity, I know that somebody's already reached out to them because they're like into fitness and shit. I'll message them and I'll be like, you've probably been asked by about a dozen coaches already, but I think you'd be a badass coach and I'd love to have you on my team. I don't normally have the time to reach out to people and say that shit to them. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. And that'll be my message. That'll be my message. And if they message back and they say, yeah, my cousin's a Beachbody coach and she's asked me, and a couple kids I went to high school with, they're coaches. And I'm like, cool. I'm like, take a look at my page. Am I different? Am I different than the coaches that you know? Because if I am, maybe you'd like to work with me. Maybe they're not the right coach for you. One of the girls that I'm coaching right now, I've been coaching her for 3 months. She's actually like coming out of her shell. She's in my Shift Shop group. I've been live with her a couple of times. I was live with her last night. I shared her results. She lost 25 pounds. She's 380 some odd pounds right now. She's lost 57 pounds since working with me. She was approached by 8 Beachbody coaches before I came. Okay. Look her up. Her name's Melanie Marie. She's on my Facebook page. She's actually probably on my page. Like if you just scroll my page, you're going to see me live with her talking and shit. And she flat out told me, I had 8 people approach me and I didn't. And she goes, there was something different about when you asked me. And that's what I said. I said to her, I said, you've probably been asked this before. And I said, but I would love to work with you if you're interested in working with me, because I think that I could help change your life. That was what I said to her. And she blew me off. She didn't answer me. The next day she messaged me and she said, I've been approached about 8 times by different people. My cousin is a Beachbody coach. She had friends from high school, and she told me flat out, she said, I've been asked a bunch of times, and I don't know, but there's something about you that I feel like I could do it if you were helping me. She's lost 57 pounds since we've been working together for 3 months, you know, and she wouldn't have, you know? So, I mean, that's my opinion on it. That's my approach. Rather than go into it assuming that they don't know, just say that. This is how I start every conversation. I always say, like, if it's a new conversation and they're talking to me and they've brought it up and the window's open, I say, have you ever heard of Beachbody? You know, like Insanity and P90X and shit. That's how I say it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I heard it, Insanity. I go, well, that's just like one of the 40 workouts, but that's one that's everybody's familiar with. That's why I figured I'd mention that one. And then they'll say something about P90X. They'll be like, oh, that's that Tony guy. And, I mean, that starts my conversation. Like, now I know that they've kind of got an idea. And then it'll always go into, you'll always have those times where like, oh yeah, that pyramid scheme thing, and you guys drink the Kool-Aid. And I'm always like, well, it's been around since 1998. So if it was a pyramid scheme, I think they would have figured it out a long time ago, and we probably wouldn't be even having this conversation. And then they're like, oh, really? It's been around this long? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's like over 40 programs now. They started out with like 3. I just have a fucking conversation with people. I let them say their bullshit to make them feel good. And when they say, oh, yeah, you guys drink the Kool-Aid, I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And it's pretty damn good Kool-Aid, too. I've lost 130 pounds drinking that Kool-Aid. You know? I've had people tell me that I'm in a cult. I've had people fucking tell me that I'm the fat camp counselor. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I am. And I'm making everybody fucking healthy as shit. That's what I'm doing. Like, you got to be able to, and not everybody is quick on their feet. And I know that. A lot of times, people will have shit said to them, and after you walk away, you're like, fuck, I wish I told them off. Not me. I'm not that person. I'm that person that it's already like out of my mouth before and sometimes I wish it didn't come out as fast as it did, and I wish I thought about it, but I mean, you find your groove. You find your groove. But I think talking about the elephant in the room will take a lot of pressure off of you. You know, because it's already out. You know, it's already out. And then that way you can just focus on the conversation, less what they know or don't know. Anybody else have questions? I know I think I got a couple of my coaches on here too. I hope I didn't scare my coaches with my real dealness on other team calls.
Oh, I think you kind of lit some fires under people's asses. So, I mean, it definitely, you can kind of see with like the way that it's going too is like the approach to posting is definitely different. I mean, everybody's preaching it's more conversation, that type of thing. I mean, obviously you found your groove with the posting too, which is awesome. I mean, you can totally tell when someone has kind of found themselves.
Yeah.
And everything just starts to flow. I mean, would you recommend any PD that you feel like has helped like you find that voice or has kind of really spoken to you, or like, are you a Gary V guy? Like, what are you? Everything?
So for me, I like Gary V. I mean, Gary V, obviously him and I, like, we talk alike. I listen to podcasts. I listen to the motherfucking CEO Project, the MF CEO. It's Andy Frisella. It's on your iTunes, on your podcast. You can actually get it anywhere, but they're free. Podcasts are free. I also listen to the Resist Average Academy. It's Tommy Baker. Tommy Baker is pretty good. And I got hooked up with Tommy Baker. I stopped doing Beachbody training. I don't know if I mentioned that on this call or the last call. I stopped doing Beachbody training. I know what I need to know as far as Beachbody is concerned. What I do now for training is I follow life coaches and push coaches. I follow Josh Coates. I talk to Josh Coates. I talk to Cody Jefferson. I talk to Brandon James Duncan. I talk to Tommy Baker, who's the author of Unresolution. I follow Colby K. He's a entrepreneur who does the Meltdown in the Desert in Phoenix, Arizona, and had all these motivational speakers and life coaches and push coaches and transformation coaches. And these are the people that I kind of associate with most right now. And you absolutely are the product of the 5 people you hang out with most. And although I don't go to these guys' houses and have dinner and drink a beer with them, I am in messages with them. I do talk to them and I do bounce shit off of them. Not as much as some of the people that I've connected them to do. I know people that are working with them. It's a cost that I can't afford because I don't have my millions yet, but maybe down the road I will. But I follow that stuff, and here's what I found. I found that the stuff that works for Beachbody 4 years ago is not working now. So I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm just doing life stuff. And I like to try and bring value. I think that you can get that from my posts. I always try to have like a call to action. I always have like, I try to tell a story. I try to paint a picture. I try to speak to someone that I was before. I try to put something in the post that is going to grab somebody that may feel it or feel the emotion from what I'm saying. Like when I describe not being able to bend down and tie my shoes, there's a bunch of people out there reading that post that can't bend down and tie their fucking shoes. And those are the people that I'm reaching with that post, you know? Or the people that know the people that can't tie their shoes, they're going to share that with those people. I used to physically take my shoes off and put them on the table and tie them to slip them on my feet. Like that's real fucking shit that I talk about. And I think that coaches have those stories that they can tell. It's just a matter of finding your ability to overcome that fear of doing so, right? I think that that's the hard part, is the fear. And not for nothing, like, what are you fucking afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of, because guess what? You're going to reach the people that you need to reach. All of the other people that comment on it that don't fucking matter, if something negative is said, you're fucking going to delete them anyways, because you don't want them on your page. You're not going to listen to that shit. But the people that you're helping, they're going to be around. They're going to stick around. They're going to read it. They're going to comment. They're probably going to shoot you a message. They're probably going to change. You're probably going to get to change your life. I actually had messages coming in while we were doing this, because I have my banners set of people asking me for help while we're on the call. And it's like, they're not going anywhere. That's another thing that coaches need to understand. These people aren't going anywhere. You can get back to them when you can. Do not stress out about them. Do not stay up till midnight at night fucking answering messages. They're going to be there in the morning. I'm going to answer them in the morning. You know? Katie, I could tell that you do too, girl. Katie and I had a little one-on-one.
Good.
Not long ago.
Good. That's my girl.
It's working.
She pulled her shit together after that call too.
Good. Thank you. I've been trying to get through. We're getting there.
Yeah.
She's good. She just needed that pick me up. She needed that advice. She needed that no bullshit advice. Right, Katie?
Absolutely. Got my PD here.
There you go, girl.
All right. Well, I think we're good. And you gave us a ton of stuff. And I thank you. I mean, you're a busy guy, but it's clear that, you love what you do and you love to help. So I really appreciate you taking the time to.
You guys are close to me. The Bergerons, you and Mike, like, I'm always there for you guys. Like, come on. Plus, you guys are part of Fit Mama, and Candace is like my sister. So I've been close to this whole, it's crazy. We're not connected by upline. We're part of Keith. We're all fucking family, right? So, and it's funny, ever since April 1st, that first time that I spoke, I've been so connected to you guys, and our community in this area. That it feels good to be able to help you guys and to share what I'm doing with you guys. And I want you guys to do something for me tomorrow. I want you to and I'm in the Fit Mama page. So I want you guys to fucking fire up Fit Mama too. So what you're going to do tomorrow is, I want you to copy and paste the message, and I want you to send 20 messages to people you've never messaged before. And I just want you to tell them to have a good day. And I want you to fucking screenshot that shit. I want you to screenshot 20 messages of you just telling people, copy and paste it. It's going to take you 5 minutes. It's going to take you 5 minutes of your day to copy and paste. Just send out, you can even send it to your follow-ups. I don't care. Just send out 20 messages that say, I hope you have an awesome day today. Because it's going to make you feel good, and it's going to make 20 people feel good. So make 20 people feel good tomorrow. And then post up your screenshots in Fit Mama. And you know what? I've done calls for her. So the people that are in there, they're going to know, because that's like a call to action I had them do. And they're going to be like, oh shit, they're doing it. Then they're going to start doing it because you're doing it. Watch. It's like a fucking ripple effect. I like to smack the water and ripple effect. All right.
I think it'll be a good morale boost in general.
Yeah.
For everybody. Pay it forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
All right. Good night, dude. Thank
Later,
you.
guys. Thanks, Craig.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Anytime, guys.
Peace out.
Later.